Good afternoon, everyone. What I have learned on this subject of sociocultural anthropology is that it's talk about how society and culture interconnected to each other and what are the factors that can affect the sociocultural anthropology. Like for example, their beliefs, traditions, languages, way of living, and etc. And now, let's talk about the different factors that involve on sociocultural anthropology. One is the nature of culture. Every society has a different culture that they will celebrating or had been being their tradition. And this kind of culture that they doing, it's part of their life which govern their society. A culture that serve as their identity and uniqueness from other society or individual group of people. In this culture that they will celebrated or being their tradition, it makes them as one or build them as one in their society. And through interconnection of different society, they exchanging their beliefs, traditions, and cultures. And they not only exchanging these aspects, but also by their interconnection to other society, they also learn those cultures that others have. And by these actions, they acquired it and learn to understand why other society have a different cultures and traditions. And later on, all those cultures that they acquired from other society, they become it their traditions too. Another factors that governs sociocultural anthropology is language. Language is used by different people or individual people just to communicate others. In society, there is a language that they use for them to understand each every one of them. They use language to express their ideas on what they wanted to say about something or to share to others. They use language not just only to speak, but also language can also incorporated by our action and emotions, which we use it to really express on what we wanted to say to others for us to really understand by them. And we always remember that when speaking on something or in delivering for many people, we should always consider the emotion and the gestures that we use so that the people that we were talking about will really understand on what we want to deliver to them, and so that there is no misunderstanding about the interpretation of we want to convey to them. And now, let's go on to the next learnings that I get on this subject, which is about different relationship of one person to another and the different types of families which also contributed to its connection to the society and culture. Different social relationship that we had to other people can be formed into different ways. Like for example, through blood, through marriage, and through adoption. And on the other side, those different types of families that we discuss, they are end up on this kind of setup of their family. It's because it's part of their culture and beliefs, which all we need to do is to accept and understand this way of their beliefs and cultures. And we always remember that whatever kind of relationship we had to others, it's either it is a friendship or relationship with our families or a special someone, we always make it a special relationship, which is we give them a purely intention of giving love and care to them. It's either they not giving back the same level of love and care to us, it's okay. Because at the end of the day, it make us feel happy on giving them a pure love or kind of relationship to others. Another learnings that I learned in this subject is about sociopolitical organization. On this topic, it discusses about how a chiefdoms or a leader govern his society or territory. And based on the history, those kind of chiefdoms, tribes, and bands, the only one who has a power is their dato or their leader. They are the one who manage everything that exists on their territory or in their society. In this kind of leadership, it is part of their cultures, which is it make them as a unique on their society. And due to the social stratification, there is a proper organization of the government that exists on a society, which is it is very important in one society because the government can know what are the basic needs that their people should be provided. And also, government can know who are the people that belong to the lower class and higher class of the society. And they can know who are the people that belong in lower society that very need the full attention of their government for them to provide their needs and necessity. And another learnings that I get on this subject is about human sexuality, which is it is a way of how we express ourselves on who and what we are on the society. But we always remember that on expressing ourselves through what we wear on everyday life, through our emotion, spiritual feelings, and etc., there always should an social norms that implied on it, so that we can express the word respect to ourselves and to the society, which is we can be acceptable our acts or our personality to the society standards. And now, let's talk about the learnings that I get about religion. Based on the history, there is a different types of religion that express their beliefs about their gods and their culture on how they make it or express it on their different ways. In these different types of religions, the way how they express their beliefs and cultures about their gods, we always remember that respect is very important on it. We should respect their beliefs on their gods because this is the part of their lives that we shouldn't change it. We shouldn't say to them that their beliefs about their gods is bad or it is wrong. So, for us to have not a misunderstanding about our different beliefs on our gods, we should always respect the differences of beliefs and culture on our respective religions. Another learnings that I get on this subject is about arts. Arts is a way on how a culture expressed through an artistic ways. And based on the history, we all know that arts is already used by different people from past years until now. They use these arts, like for example paintings, drawings, sculptures, and etc., to show their cultures, their way of living, and their beliefs about specific things. They also use arts to express their feelings and emotion on what they feel about something or what they see on their surroundings too. And there are some artists too that they use arts to express and show the different events that occurred in their society. And the most important things on this art is that it is a way to make it something that happened or occurred to make treasured by someone for us to see it when years is already passed by, and for the new generation they can see it although they didn't experience that specific events that occurred in one society or being part of a culture of one society. And the last learnings that I get on this subject is about applied anthropology, which all those informations, ideas, evidences that had been gathered or get from specific topics about the anthropology, it is applied on a specific subject or things to solve the social problems on a one society. In these different ideas and or information, it is applied in a specific things in a society to make it an improvement, to make it better. So that's all my learnings about in the subject of sociocultural anthropology. Thank you for listening.